I'm a rock star, I'm a rage like rail. I ain't taking L's in Madden all year.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Ray Jarrell. So before I get to the video, man, go ahead and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So in today's video, I'll be going over part 2 of my gun wide trips week formation, or it might be called trio. Let me see. I'll be forgetting, y'all. So yeah, gun. Okay, if I can get to it. Gun wide off trio week. Jesus Christ, I couldn't find it. So anyways, this is my personnel that I like in case you missed part 1 right here. So I like DK right here. I like Tyler Lockett right there. And for your third receiver, it doesn't really matter, just somebody decent. Thankfully the Seahawks does have 3 fast receivers, so if you're using this, the Seahawks is a great team to run this scheme with. Now for part 2, the plays I'm gonna be going over is Saints cross, sticking up, and PA wide receiver in. Now I do want to go ahead and start off with, where is it at right here? I want to start off with Saints cross. Yeah, I want to start with Saints cross. Now for the defense, I'm just going to come out in just man coverage. So I'm going to show you kind of man, cover 2, and cover 3. Now let's go ahead and pinch the defense. Put our purples out there. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do purples this play because it's not that good when people do purples, but I have a specific play that specifically targets when people do purples. So let's go and I like to just motion over my tight end. First you gotta put them on the drag, then motion them over. So it should look like this. Now you read progressions, it's always gonna be X, and then if X is covered, you wanna look between the drag, well not the drag, you wanna look between a crosser and a dig route combo. And lastly, you can always have triangle on this dump off route because there's not many routes, there's not many zones that can guard that little stop route by the running back. But since it's man, like I said, you wanna look for X to R1 to circle. So let's go and show you. So you see I can throw X easy. So as long as you got a halfway decent tight end, you'll be able to get separation like that every single time because you're going to be always running away from the defender. And nobody's ever going to cross man a tight end. I promise that's just not going to happen. So your second read can be Philip Dorsett. Now you can see a lot of times you got speed, he'll get separation, but as you can see, the Patriots have really good corners, so right there he's not getting much separation. That's more of a zone beater for R1, but it still can beat man as long as like the matchup is good. So obviously Jones, I believe his name is, yeah, Josh Jones, he has really high speed and really good man coverage. So Philip Dorsett is not the best route runner, so you want a good route runner right there, I would say. And then on the backside, this is probably not going to get open just because it's Stephon Gilmore. Let's see if we can fit that in there, though. No, we can't, but Stephon Gilmore over there, you're probably not going to have that. But if you have a good matchup, you can hit that. So with man coverage, that cross route is not as good just because, well, you need a lot of speed if you're going to run that right there. So next thing I want to go over is cover 2. Now, the reason I'm showing you zone right here because I want to show you that 9 times out of 10, you always want to hit this Greg Olsen route. And then if that's not open, you always want to kind of look for this Carson route. So why do I say that? Because you want them to start playing hard flat so you can open up those deep crosses and you can open up that dig route. Because this is an offense where you have to take drags. You have to take your short stuff. So look at that. I mean, the drag's wide open. I mean, literally, I'm throwing a drag for 10 routes. I mean, I'm throwing a drag for 10 yards. And you have to make your opponent respect drag routes in this formation because if you want to try to look deep for these crosses all the time, you're not going to have success out of this offense. Trust me, I figured that out real quick when I was labbing with it. But it still is explosive enough to where I wanted to put it on my YouTube. So if they don't zone drop, as you can see, you can actually throw it over their head. And then when they start zone dropping, that's when we can start hitting our other plays that I was telling you about in part 1. So all you want to do is you're just setting them up. So let's go take a look at cover 3. Now, somebody's running cover 3. I really love this triangle route because watch what happens right here. So you see, there's just going to be nobody right there, and you can easily get about 5 yards, and that's just going to become really annoying to your opponent. So right here, I want to run a cover 3 one more time, and I'm going to go ahead and show you some gameplay right here. So let's go ahead and motion over our tight end like this. Now, like I said, I'm going to look for the crosser to dig concept. If I can get some time in the pocket, step up. Now we threw a pick. I couldn't get any time in the pocket, but go ahead and check out this gameplay right here. Alright, so the next play that I want to go over is going to be the sticking up. Now, I really love this play against man coverage with the purples. Now, I went ahead and set the purples at 15 yards already because that's what most people will do. I just didn't show me setting it because I wanted to save time for this video. So let's go and put them in the purples right here. Now, the reason that this is so good is because this tight end route, it'll torch man coverage basically. So I like to block my running back and I like to motion over my tight end. And now for setup number 1 of this play, I would like to run it just like this. If I know they're putting purples out there, I'll run it just like this. Now watch what happens. So if he gets matched up with a linebacker, look at that. A lot of times you can just float that, and then you can just get a good rack catch. But right there, I didn't. But as you can see, he can break them off. I'm gonna go ahead and run it one more time because it's not 100%, you know, but it's more like 80. So if you have a really high route runner at tight end, then this will work about 100% of the time. So let's go ahead and snap the ball right here. Now watch him go up and go out. You see that, Tom? I actually forgot to put the safeties in the purple, but you see he's literally going to be wide open. And like I said, if I notice they're putting safeties in purples, then I will just run this exact play. So I'm gonna run it one more time. Sorry I'm beating this play in y'all's head, but I like to be perfect on my videos, you know. Like I like to look clean, just how it looks in the game. So you see right there, and a lot of times what happens when you block your running back, the linebacker will actually stay right there, and he'll actually run into the linebacker, which will give you even more separation, which is why I said I like motion them over, because when I motion them over, the running back and the tight end are going to be on the same side, which is why that even happens. So let's go back to sticking up. Now I'm going to show you what happens if they're not doing that. So they just say they're calling, you know, over the top with their coverage. I mean, as you can see, it still worked, but I want to show you a couple different setups that I like out of this play, then I'll show you some gameplay out of it. So one of the things I like to do is, if I don't want to motion them over, I'll just streak them, and then I'll probably just still motion them over this way just to make it look like it. Now you'll have R1 and square. Now if R1's a good route runner, then this whip route to the inside will get open, but if he's not a good route runner, it won't. So you see a lot of times you could throw that, but Phil Dorsett is not the best route runner, so in theory you want to put one of your best route runners. So I'll put Tyler Lockett right there for instance. But anyways, I want to kind of show you some more setups if you don't have a good route runner. So what you can do, you could just actually, let me motion tight end back. So for this one, I like to put tight end on a drag route, and I'll take R1 and I'll put him on a streak like this, and I'll take circle and I'll put him on a slant like this. And then what I'll do is I'll motion this slant inside, and then I'll snap it. So I motion snap that like that. As you can see, a lot of times you can hit that right there in that little window, make the computer miss, and a lot of times you're off to the races. But I'm gonna go ahead and fall just so I don't have to waste any of y'all's guys' time, because I appreciate every one of y'all that's watching this video right now. So let's go back to sticking up, and let's do this other setup that I really like. So I'll do the same thing again. I'll streak my tight end, and then this time I'll probably motion him over and put him on a zig route. Actually, I did that wrong. I like to put R1 on a streak, and I'll drag my tight end like this, and I'll put him on a whip route like this. So now the user is going to follow the drag route, or they're going to follow DK Metcalf, which is still leave me my zig route, because in man coverage I'm always going to read that zig route. So boom, you can see it's a zig route. It's going to break them off, and you have a good route runner on the outside, then you're going to get a lot of yards off of that. So basically I want to show y'all the crosser that's going to get open in man coverage, and then after that I want to show y'all some gameplay. So let's go and do the same setup again, where we drag our tight end and put them on a zig route, streak them. Or like I said, if you didn't want to do that, what you can do as we get back to the play right here, let's go sticking up again. So if you didn't want to do that, then you could just streak X, and then you can leave R1 on a zig in route, and then you can motion over a zig out route, so it'll look like this. So just whatever one you want, whatever one you just feel like doing to mix it up. So you see we got double zig routes, and look at square. He's just gonna completely toast this man, and it's just a really good play. So check out this gameplay real quick. Alright, so the last play I do want to go over is going to be this PA wide receiver in. And also, keep in mind with this sticking up play, I didn't show it, but I just want to show you some zone real quick, because you're probably wondering, well, how does it do against zone? That square route's going to get open. If they're not zone dropping, it's going to get wide open. So right here, I'm just doing a basic little setup. Let's just run this setup right here. And I got cover 3 on the field. And just check this out real quick now. A lot of times you'll be able to hit the drag, of course. Then look at square. He's just going to sit in a nice spot. I got a bad pass lead right there, but I was getting hollered at. But square's going to be wide open on the sideline. So if they're playing any type of zones, just read from square and then if that's not open, just hit one of your little zig check down routes. So that's what I like to do out of zone. I just didn't show zone, so I wanted to make sure I got it out the way. So next play I want to talk about is PA wide receiver in. Now with this play, I like to block my running back, and then I like to motion over X. Now I like to do one or two things. I like to either put circle on a streak, or I like to leave it stopped. So the reason why I put circle on a streak is because for some reason, anytime you have a wheel route and a streak concept, it's gonna cause the flat defender, whoever the flat defender is, to pretty much follow the wheel route. So right here we got man coverage. So in man coverage, just look between the drag and your in route. I don't really like this against man. I love it against zone. So I'm not really gonna show it. I'm gonna show it one time against man, just once. So right here, of course, you see the drag route wide open. And depending on who your receiver is, that in route can get open. But it's not my favorite against man coverage. So let's go back to PA wide receiver in, block our running back, motion our tight end over, put him on the drag route. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like against cover. Let's go cover 2. So you see we got cover 2 on the field. Now right here, watch what happens to the cloud flat. He's gonna like follow him, and then you'll be able to throw that real easy. So actually, even though I didn't put circle on a streak, you can tell it still gets wide open. But you see the cornerback was kind of sitting there. I'm gonna hop in replay real quick and just show you what I'm talking about. So right here, we didn't put our cornerback, we didn't put our receiver on a streak, right? So we let him run his post. So watch what happens with this cornerback. So you see how he didn't turn and run with the receiver. That's one of the things you got to worry about. But at the same time, if you want to run the setup, this is always going to be wide open. This little dot right here. So if you wanted to run that setup, then that's going to be wide open. And then of course, we got the drag route still. And if they're not respecting this in route, because one of these people are going to be their user, so if they're not respecting the in route, then you can just throw that real quick off the break, low ball that, and that's an easy completion. So right here, let's go back to it, and I'm gonna show you what happens now when we put them on the streak route. So let's go and go back to cover 2. And now let's go back to PA wide receiver in, block our running back, motion them over. And like I said, these setups are real simple. You know, they don't have to be all complex and slant here, zig here. No, you can just kill somebody with simple setups. So now pay attention to the streak. We got cover 2 on the field. Now watch Stephon Gilmore right here. Watch him turn his back and run with this wheel route. Oh, he actually didn't right there, but in the game, they'll turn and run with that wheel route, and that'll leave that drag wide open. So I do want to show y'all one more time, just against show you against cover 3, actually. So if you want, you can literally just run it just like this, so you can always have circle as an option. But if you want to make sure you can always throw the outside drag route, go ahead and put circle on the streak. So right here, as you see, I don't have them on the streak, and I still forgot to change it to zone. But let's see if we can throw that still. Yeah, I didn't think so. I was just testing something out right there. I never threw that against man, but yeah, those are your zone reads and zone concepts. But as y'all know, I can't end it like that. I gotta end it on a good note. Sorry for if this is kind of a sloppy video. Yeah, y'all just got to trust me that this is some fire, dude. I promise it is. Y'all know I wouldn't give y'all nothing if it's not. But let's make sure we audible to cover 3 right here. Should we audible to cover 3? All right. But like I said, you can always have the drag to the circle, and then at the last second you could probably throw square, you know. So right here, let's just show you what I'm talking about. See, I can throw the drag easy, and then a lot of times you can throw that on the pass lead inside, and it'll be right there every single time. But go ahead and check out this gameplay real quick for me. But alright, that's gonna wrap it up for this video, man. I appreciate all y'all who stayed around and watched this video all the way throughout. And just drop a like on the video, please. It helps me out so much in the YouTube algorithm. It helps my channel grow. So I would truly appreciate that. But anyways, I'm not gonna hold up any more of y'all time. I appreciate y'all checking out my video. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.